Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video, we'll be talking about placement groups, and we're going to create cluster, partition, and spread placement groups. And in the end, we'll try to add these groups to our EC2 instance. So let's jump into the video. So before that, I also created a post regarding these placement groups in EC2, so you can check that. So in this, we have a cluster placement group. So these are recommended for the applications that benefit from low latency and high network throughput, or both. So for that, you can select these cluster placement groups. So this is how it looks. And coming to the second one, it's a partition placement groups. So these groups can be used to deploy large and distributed replicated workloads such as HDFS, HBase, and Cassandra across distinct racks. So that is what the partition placement groups is used. So you can see this is how it organized. So coming to the second one, the spread placement group. So this is how these are spread across your availability zones. So this is how the spread placement group works. So in this, you have two different options, the rack and the host. So which we'll be looking at when we create one placement group. So in this case, I'll just leave it. So I'll be keeping that in the description for your reference so that you can check the definitions and everything. So let's go ahead and create one placement group, create placement group. And in this case, let's check the strategy. So you can see we have three placement groups. So if we check on the spread, you see we have the rack and the host. So coming to the rack, so these placement group can be spanned in multiple availability zones in the same region. So which we have seen in that post, right? And maximum you can add 7. Coming to the host, so these level of placement groups are only available for this AWS outpost. So we'll be talking that more in the further videos. However, let's add it as placement underscore spread. So I'll create one group and let's create other one. So placement underscore, let's add the cluster. If you want to add tags, you can. So in this case, I'm just leaving it as default and creating the class. So we have cluster spread and we have one more. So the partition and let's add the name placement underscore partition. So you can see you have this option, and here maximum you can add 7 partitions. So in this case, I'll just leave it as default, which is 2. And if you want to add tags, you can, but let's go ahead and create the group. So we have had these 3 groups. So this is how you can add the placement groups. And whenever you are creating your EC2 instance, so if you check the post, like there are different, right? So let me bring that post. I have deleted that, but let me bring that again. Just a second. So yeah. So you see, these are the different instances. So you can create these partitions and you can add the instance to those partitions. So you can create one. So coming to the spread one, like you can just add this instance in this way. So this is how you can add these instances. So just wanted to show you these diagrams so that you can understand more. So let me minimize this. Maybe we can bring that up in a few minutes. So let's go to the instance and launch. So let's launch the instance. So yeah, you can just keep it as a sample, but however, I'll just not add it, and I'll just leave it as default T2 micro, leave it, go to advanced, and here, there you go. There is a placement group, and you can see you can add these placement groups. So if you want cluster, you can add this cluster, or partition. You can add, so for the partition, you can add the first partition. So this particular instance will be in that partition. So right now we have selected one, right? So if I click here, so you see, so this one will be belonging to this one, partition 1. So if you add 2, it will belonging to partition 2. So that's how you can add here, and similarly the spread. So this is how you can add it and launch the instance. So this is how simple it is. So this is how why we use the placement groups to use those alignments. So yeah, I just wanted to show you how to create this, and you can just launch it. So this is what the use of placement groups are. So coming to this video, I hope you guys understood the concept of today's video. If you've liked the video, please click the like button below. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel and please share the video. Thanks everyone.